The global defense industry plays a vital role in ensuring national security. In Turkey, companies in this sector strengthen domestic production and enhance military independence. Aselsan is a key contributor to this progress with its advanced defense technologies. We will discuss these innovations with Aselsan's Chief Executive Officer. I'm Nuray Mustafa. This is One-on-One. Thank you, Mr. Akyol, for joining me. First of all, Aselsan is celebrating 50 years anniversary. In the light of the rapid changes in the modern defense industry, at what stage of this transformation does the company currently stand? And how does your strategic mission align with Turkey's national security doctrine?
Okay, first of all, welcome to Aselsan facilities. It is a chance for us to explain our activities. First of all, we have a huge team, we have a huge infrastructure, but we started this journey 50 years ago. At the beginning, this was the only military communication company, but year by year, we transferred Aselsan to international air defense, radar, electronic warfare, and many different technologies, center of excellence. Now I can say we have a huge portfolio, one of the key supplier of Turkish armed forces and also ally countries. And today, at the 50th anniversary of Aselsan's foundation, most of the defense electronic systems are indigenized and now being exported to many countries. Today we have got 95 international clients, and Aselsan has 25 international business units in all around the world, some facilities, centers and research centers. So we can define Aselsan today Turkish technology leader and global technology provider, and trying to increase global presence. And in the technology side, to prepare Aselsan for the future, we initiated a Aselsan transformation program, which we call it Aselsan Next. Under the CEO office, there is a program. The Aselsan Next aims to transform Aselsan for next phase, for next 50 years. The main idea is to scale up the industrial capability, serial production capability, and at the same time to invest for advanced technologies like space, like quantum, like military 5G, like military-grade semiconductors, and etc. So by Aselsan Next, we will double the Aselsan. As just in Ankara, we have started a new investment, Aselsan Oğul Bey Technology Center. It will double Aselsan capabilities, design and production capabilities. So by the Aselsan Next transformation program, we are now preparing Aselsan for the next phase. And every year, the growth rate, the investment is very high, faster than before. And in the future, hopefully, Aselsan will benefit. Aselsan will serve for Turkey and for allied nations more than before. And we are very happy to part of this team and to lead this team for the future.
At the end of the last year, you took part in the test of the Göktaş air-to-air missile. The missile was guided using the Murat AESA radar, a Sika hit, an indigenous IFF system, and a data link. Why are these sensor technologies critical from the perspective of national sovereignty, and what can you tell us about the test process?
First of all, Kızılelma itself is game changer. Turkey, with the Baykar company and with the other related companies, we achieve a huge milestone. The first country successfully completed air-to-air missile engagement with the unmanned stealth aircraft. So this is new for world. Turkey achieved this kind of advanced capability, the first in the world. So it is very critical. But in detail, first of all, beyond line of sight combat capability is one of the key capability in the airfield, in the airborne domain for militaries. So normally manned systems can do this kind of engagement, but having this kind of capability with unmanned systems is the new and the key capability. In this test, Aselsan company provided many solutions, starting from ISA-based radar, ISA radar, Murat radar. This is fully digital radar for long-range engagement and also detection and identifying the threat. And also then the critical part of missile is seeker for precise hitting and to directly killing the drone. So the second critical part was the seeker provided by Aselsan, and also to ensure safe communication between missile and the aircraft, critical part of this engagement was data links and also provided by Aselsan. And again, national and fully encrypted IFF system is one of the key part of the test. So this kill chain fully supported by Turkish solutions, from the UAV itself and the missile and the radar, communication, IFF and seekers, fully Turkish solution and fully new approach for the world, for the new battlefield domain. So Turkey is a leading company, leading country in the UAV domain, and now in the stealth UAV phase, with the Kızıl Elma, with the very complicated sensor and the weapon subsystems of Kızıl Elma, Turkey will lead this technology for future, and this is again will be ready in this year. Kızıl Elma will be delivered to Turkish Armed Forces and will be ready for our allied countries. And we Aselsan is the part of the Kızıl Elma, is very proud, and this kind of advanced technologies is very key for our future, for our regional security, for our peace and security.
At what stage is the Steel Dome Çelik Kubbe project, and what type of objectives are being pursued through this system?
First of all, the aim of Çelik Kubbe is critical. You know, there is a change in the battlefield and also technological side. So we always make assessments about new threats, new technologies, new developments in the field with Aselsan engineering capabilities, with our end user, with our government and with our related partners. So at the end of these assessments, due to the new threats, we evaluate that only way to overcome new threats is the integrated layered air defense systems. So you know, there are new threats like swarms, FPVs, kamikaze drones, new types of hypersonic missiles and stealth fighters and etc. So to overcome, to handle these kind of threats, to make your region, country safer, it should be integrated and connected. This is the idea of Çelik Kubbe. This is the idea of Steel Dome. And now we are at the production phase, and we are at the serial production phase. At the same time, just last year, we delivered roughly 100 units. One of the main delivery ceremony was the attendance of President Erdogan. And now this year we will deliver more and more, and we are trying to widen the systems to Turkish territory and also some allied countries. At the same time, we are investing for new features, new capabilities in the Steel Dome umbrella, like directed energy weapons, laser and high power microwave, like longer and larger systems for radars, electronic warfare systems and the air defense systems. And also it is the AI enabled, Steel Dome is AI enabled system. All related decisions are supported by AI enabled command and control system. It is fully connected with 5G network with the encrypted data links, and also it will be scalable and it will be ready for our ally countries in coming years. But The only way is to overcome this kind of threats is this kind of solution. And Aselsan is the main and key supplier of this steel dome system, and this is fully local from Turkish companies and the leading by Aselsan. And also I can say it will be one of the unique system because electronic warfare is integrated also to this system, but maybe different than others. Electronic warfare systems are integrated to this umbrella, and I hope it will make Turkey and region and the allied countries safer, and it will help our future.
Aselsan develops not only defense technologies but also indigenous technological equipment for the healthcare sector. What can you tell us about these efforts?
Yes, we always define Aselsan as a technology company. We are open to stock market. We are now the most valuable company of Turkey and one of the most valuable company of the Europe. So this technology company includes some civilian technologies like public safety, like transportation, healthcare, and etc. So in critical areas, we are developing some systems for these areas. For example, healthcare is very critical. We have some automatic external defibrillators and also some mobile X-ray systems for again a healthcare and commonly used in Turkey and in some countries. And we are investing for new equipments also. And again in transportation side, nowadays the metro lines of Istanbul is supported by Aselsan. Aselsan metro signal systems are operational. Again, Asel rail electronic systems are being used in the Turkish high-speed trains with many millions of passengers are using these systems with our partners. And again, we have some high-speed weighing motion systems being used in Azerbaijan also in 17 locations. It is very effective solution without disrupting the traffic, without any additional activity. You can measure the weight of the vehicles, and it helps the management of traffic, and it helps the safety of the traffic. So this is an example. So again, in the past also we delivered many civilian systems. Again in Azerbaijan, I remember we had famous cell phones in 1990s. Many Azerbaijan brothers would remember. We had Aselsan 1990s and also Aselsan 1923 cell phones. So in the past, these were examples from the civilian side. Nowadays, transportation, healthcare, and public safety, we have huge investments. These are the technologies beneficial for people's life, helps the quality of life, and we will invest many projects for our nations and for our brother nations in the future again.
How does Aselsan collaborate with Azerbaijan in the defense and technology sectors? What are the key projects reflecting in the partnership, and what new initiatives or future plans are in the pipeline?
Turkey and Azerbaijan, we are one nation, two government, two countries, and personally I have been in Azerbaijan many times in many different conditions, and I consider my hometown Azerbaijan. And Aselsan, as Aselsan, we have been active since 28 years with Aselsan Baku, and we have many different products in use in Azerbaijan. But our now vision is to build co-production and co-investment activities together. We are now working on some new projects and new investments with Azerbaijan brothers, and we together operate for the regional security issues. We together, Azerbaijan and Turkey, works for the future of the region, and we have got many different corporations with the government and the local companies. And in the future, we have, as of today, we have roughly 45 employees in Azerbaijan, and now new investments and new projects are being prepared with our teams, with the related units of Azerbaijan government, and we are very happy to be part of this corporation. And in the future, you will see new investments from Aselsan in Azerbaijan, in Baku, in related parts of the Azerbaijan.
Turkey is hosting the NATO summit this year. Which technologies does Aselsan provide to NATO, and what is the primary purpose of these technologies?
Especially at the history of Aselsan, we are the one of the key supplier for a multi-nation Stinger Mempes project. In the past, we delivered over 13,000 units of Stinger missile seekers. But during these years, we have many corporations. First of all, Turkey is the one of the key contributing country for NATO operations and with our armed forces. But our companies, we have got many engineers in the NATO workshops, NATO working groups and technology providing activities. And just last year, we were awarded to support NATO's MEMPET IFF systems. And now we are preparing the systems for international NATO standard IFF systems. And also, just again at the end of this year, we were awarded about some communication systems of NATO, HF communication systems, and we have got command and control systems being used in multinational NATO trials like CWIX. And also today, maybe nowadays, there is a huge trial in Germany, NATO Steadfast trial. In that trial, our systems are in use with Turkish armed forces. On the vehicles, we have got some turrets, weapons, and also in famous TB3 UAVs, we have got some cameras and some other units. So in many NATO operations, in many NATO trials, our systems are continuously supporting the NATO security umbrella, and in many ways we are supporting many NATO projects with our advanced electronic systems.
For what purpose is the Gökdeniz CIWS system used, and what types of threats does it provide protection against?
Gökdeniz is a naval air defense system. It is a close-in weapon system for naval domain purpose. It has 35 mm airburst ammunition. It has 2 barrels, and it has radar and optics on the system. And the main idea is to protect your naval platform against cruise missiles, helicopters, UAVs, and also drones and etc. So at the end line of the air defense protection layer, Gökdeniz is the most effective system in the naval platforms. It is being used by Turkish armed forces, and also now in 4 or 5 countries, system is in use or selected for future projects. So it is not only for Turkey, it is for international end users. And for new battlefield, you see there are many different UAV threats in the naval domain also. So it is capable to eliminate many famous threats with very cost-effective vision. And it is integrated to the combat management system. It can work standalone, and it has again a very advanced radar and optic system. And the cost effectiveness of this system is very optimum due to the new threat environment. And we are not limited with Gökdeniz in this domain. In the short-range layer nowadays, we are about to deliver Göksur short-range air defense systems. This is missile-based, and also we have HISAR-D and SIPER-D for longer range. So for naval domain, I can say Aselsan is the company can provide more than 50 different systems for one frigate. This is very unique capability, starting from air defense, radar, optics, electronic warfare, sonars. So this is the very strong point of Aselsan to serve naval domain. And today, Turkey is capable to build 38 ships at the same time. What does it mean? Aselsan is capable now is supporting all of them by our very advanced sensors and systems. So Gökdeniz is one part of this sensor and the weapon suite. So I believe it will serve for regional and international security purposes in the future.
What is the role of the Deringiz autonomous underwater vehicle in underwater operations? And how does the system affect the operational capability of naval forces?
As Aselsan, we believe unmanned systems is the future of battlefield. So we invest this area more than others. Sometimes we invest for the payloads and electronics of unmanned systems like UAV payloads, but sometimes in naval domain we invest directly for unmanned systems. So Deringiz is our unmanned underwater vehicle system, fully autonomous, fully operational, and it has dual purposes. One is military purpose and the other is civilian purpose. We have two versions as of today. It is aiming to reduce in the contribution of people or crew in the naval domain, so it makes operations safer, and also it is capable to detect seabed, map the seabed, and also inspect the pipelines for civilian purposes, and to make surveillance under the water for mines and etc. So by Aselsan capabilities, this is the fully autonomous, fully supported by Aselsan sensors and systems for military and civilian purposes, and it is very advanced. It is very critical for naval operations, and I believe this area is the promising area, and we are investing more and more for underwater systems. We have got underwater system excellence center starting from maybe material to the system level, and in the future this Deringiz will serve for Turkey and for international clients.
How does the integration of radar, electronic warfare and C4ISS system turn information superiority into a decisive factor on the battlefield? And what is the greatest threat in this context?
You know, first of all, I can say now we are in the largest electronic warfare and radar facility of Europe. So it shows where we are now. We are now in the Aselsan Gölbaşı facilities. This is one of the most advanced facility of the Europe. The second example, whenever our general staff, Turkish Armed Forces Chief of Staff, gives public speech to nation, he always mentioned Turkish Armed Forces is using UAVs and electronic warfares the best in the world. So he always mentioned this. So what does it mean? Aselsan is the electronic warfare provider of the Turkey. So it means in this technology we are very advanced position. I can say for radar side, detecting some threats in the larger than others is very key in the battlefield, and make decisions depends on these detections, and make your territory safer depends on this detection is very critical. So we have got ISA technology, which is maybe in the civilian side, it is easy to understand. This is fully digital radar. We have these technologies, we have this kind of chip design capabilities, chip production capabilities for radar and electronic warfare, and we have many different systems starting from land systems, naval systems, and also UAV and aircraft systems, and we can fuse the data, we can connect different sensors at the same umbrella, and it makes end user superior in this area. You know, now this is the era of data superiority. It is very critical. AI is everywhere, you know. AI is maybe one of the key game-changing technology for especially future battlefield. So this kind of data-driven systems ensures data superiority and helps AI algorithms and helps the end user to handle many things better than before. So as I said, we are very happy to have these technologies and to serve Turkish nation and the allied countries with these technologies.
How do network-centric warfare and C4ISS systems turn information superiority into a decisive factor on the battlefield? And what is the greatest threat in this context?
In the civilian side, we always mention this is the connected world. Everything IoT and 5G and 6G is now very common in all around the world. Same vision is in the military domain. All the things should be connected and connection should be safe and encrypted. And by these connected networks, you can manage all military networks. So command and control system is the brain of this approach. And by these connected systems, you can manage the data and you can train the networks and the data, and then you can have some AI-based, AI-enabled command and control systems, and it supports military end users, and it helps your battlefield superiority. And now this is the time for systems to handle all of these data-driven sensors at the same network. Now, to be stronger, the products not enough. Systems and systems of systems are the key for the battlefield. So only way is to connect every sensors, manage these sensors at the same network, and decide with the AI-enabled algorithms. So command and control systems is the one of the key area, and we are investing for these systems. Also, the brain of Steel Dome is very critical with Aselsan's, our command and control systems. And in the future, this area will be key decision point for the battlefield.
And finally, a few months ago, you announced that Aselsan has begun producing quantum technologies. What is the quantum technology, and what advantage will its application in this field bring to the company?
I mentioned we have a Aselsan Next program. In this program, we are investing for our future, the space, military 5G, and ISA-based radars, lasers, and others. So quantum is one of the key area for us, especially in the quantum encryption systems and quantum sensors, and also quantum computing power is key for us. We started this quantum business 5-6 years ago with the quantum research lab with one of the famous University of Turkey. Nowadays, we are trying to enlarge our infrastructure, and in new Aselsan technology base, we will have some Aselsan quantum fab, quantum chip production fab. We are now investing for this. This is very key for parallel processing, especially in the AI era. One of the key features, one of the key capability is to compute data faster than others. So it will help this kind of perspective. And also quantum encryption and quantum encrypted networks are key. We are the one of the encrypted radio and encrypted communication providers. So you should have this kind of quantum encrypted systems. And also in the sensor side, again, it has some additional capabilities. If you move to the quantum side, it's still not mature technology in the world, but at the same time with the world, we are investing for the future, and by this research lab, by this infrastructure, at the same time with the world, we will have this capacity. This is the one of the key area what we are investing, but we have many different topics for our future.
Thank you for your taking time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.